External jugular goes up here, and then the internal jugular goes back here. And then if you follow this right here, this branch, it turns into the subclavian, and the subclavian turns into the axillary, and then the axillary turns into the brachial. The brachial turns into the radial, which is going to be closest to the head, and then the brachial is also going to turn into the ulnar, which is the farthest from the head, over here. And that's all you need to know for this part up for the veins. And then for the artery, you're going to have the ascending aorta, the arch, then you're going to have the brachiocephalic trunk. The brachiocephalic trunk branches off into the two common carotids here, but it also continues to form the subclavian artery, and the subclavian artery becomes the axillary artery, and the axillary artery becomes the brachial artery, and radial, again closest to the head, and then ulnar, farthest away from the head. We don't have it cut, but you get the idea. And then also going back here again, back to the ascending aorta. There's also on this arch comes off the subclavian by itself. So brachio what's this called again?
Ascending aorta.
Yeah, ascending aorta, and then subclavian is separate by itself, and that continues the same way it continues over here. Subclavian, axillary, brachial, radial, then ulnar. And that's how that works. And now we're looking at the, well, up here is the thoracic descending aorta going into the abdominal descending aorta. And right here, once it passes the diaphragm, which is at this point right here, this is the diaphragm which we cut back, you find the hepatic artery. And on the hepatic artery are three other arteries. You can find the oh sorry, this is a celiac trunk. From the celiac trunk you can find the hepatic artery, you can find the hepatic, splenic, and the left gastric all come off of the celiac trunk. And then right here, right below the celiac trunk is the superior mesenteric, and then a little bit further down here is the inferior mesenteric. And if he points to something below the superior mesenteric, it's probably going to be the inferior mesenteric. And then you also have the renal arteries, which branch off of the abdominal aorta, descending abdominal aorta, which go to the kidneys. Going back up here, we have the inferior vena cava. You have the renal veins. Up here, we have the hepatic portal vein, and then you have the gastrosplenic vein, and then you have the superior mesenteric vein, and then down here, these ones that branch off below the superior mesenteric are the inferior mesenteric vein, right there. And that's the hepatic portal system. That's all you need to know for that. Follow it down, and it's going to bifurcate into the legs here. When it bifurcates, it's going to turn into the common iliac to the external iliac, and then the external iliac becomes the femoral, and the femoral is right down here, and it continues into the leg, but branching off the femoral here is the great saphenous vein right here, going down that way. But continuing on the femoral turns into the popliteal, and the popliteal turns into the posterior tibial. So popliteal, posterior tibial down there, and that's it.